Hi, this is Kellep Charles. I'm here at the HackerHalted Information Security Conference. I'm here with Thom of Application Security to talk about the product. How you doing, Thom?
Doing pretty well. How are you?
Hey. What can you tell me about Application Security and what does it do?
Yeah, well, Application Security is a software company. We're based in New York City. We've been around since 2001, and we deliver software products designed to help companies with database security, risk, and compliance.
And when you're talking about compliance, you're talking about FISMA, HIPAA. What are some of the canned compliance?
Absolutely. You're talking everything from PCI to FISMA to HIPAA. There's a lot of new obligations with the High-Tech Act that came out under the Obama administration. We address a lot of the DISA-STIGs that are put up by the federal government. The list goes on and on. There are also state regulations. I think there are like 47 of the 50 states now have specific data reporting and data privacy laws. So we help people with all of that stuff.
Right. And one of the things as security professionals, we're always looking to have the ability to customize certain rules and certain things. I guess, do you guys offer that, and how difficult and what's the language that's used to create customized things?
Yeah, we've got out-of-the-box reports and dashboards geared to different roles within the organization. We also have out-of-the-box reports that are geared specifically to the compliance regulations we talked about. But in addition, all of that's customizable. An organization can basically go in. It's a web-based application. Use our wizard, create the reports and the dashboards that they want. It also includes things like there's a questionnaire capability built in. So a lot of the auditors, when they come in, the auditing process includes both automated reports as well as a back-and-forth question and answer and response. We build that stuff into our reports too, so you can have it all in one consolidated place. Makes it a lot easier for the professionals that are tasked with taking care of that stuff.
Right. And another thing is that many security professionals are always taking data from various applications to dump it into a centralized spot. I guess, what other applications do you guys work with to have that occur?
Yeah, well, there are a lot of vendors that have niche capabilities within database security, risk, and compliance, and other things like governance, risk, and compliance come into it as well. We've recently formed what we call the Data Security Alliance, and so far we've got about 14 vendors who've signed up. We all have complementary solutions, and the organization really has two goals. One is to make sure that our products are interoperable, make sure that they are integrated. Make sure that you can get the best of all possible worlds as you extend these capabilities. And then the second objective is just to raise more awareness about database security, risk, and compliance. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars of compromised records. We're talking, estimates anywhere from 200 plus per record compromised. It's a pretty serious problem, and we want to ensure that it's a proactive approach people take, and they're not just addressing it as an afterthought.
Right. And I guess you mentioned something that's pretty interesting, is that I read a lot of information. You hear a lot on network scanning, on application scanning, and web scanning, but database scanning is something that's not really covered a lot. And what do you think that is?
Well, I think it's a process. I think it's natural to start from the outside in. I mean, the first thing everybody worried about is, I'm going to put up my firewall. But at the end of the day, your sensitive data, that personally identifiable information, resides in a database. I kind of equate it to, I locked the doors to my house, and I left a pile of jewels on my kitchen table. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? You can still break through a window. Or if I've got, someone who's working for me who's already in the house, all they have to do is walk over and pick up those jewels. So the firewall is the door. The database security, that's the vault, in the closet in the bedroom that you lock, and even if someone is within the organization, no one can get at it. That's really important, because if you look at the statistics on breaches that have occurred, about 75% of them have been perpetrated by insiders, people who actually have access to data. So you need to lock the door, but you also need to take care of the vault.
And do you think many of the database breaches are due to configuration situations or weaknesses in the technology?
I think a lot of it can be prevented, and I think you can take very small steps that significantly improve your security posture. For example, weak passwords. default passwords, blank passwords. I mean, you'd be surprised how many organizations or how many individuals don't address those simple things. Simple misconfigurations. You know, we've got an automated tool. We'll tell you where the misconfigurations are and where those passwords haven't been fixed. So there's a lot of real easy stuff that some of it's attributable to laziness, some of it's attributable to just human error and not enough time to get everything done. I think the technology is really getting pretty advanced if you use it properly. You can certainly significantly improve your security posture with very little effort and lock it down pretty close to 100% if you get real serious about it.
Okay, and just to kind of close it out, could you tell us about support and training and any type of certifications that you offer with your product?
Yeah, we've got a full service and support organization. We schedule training around the country on a rotating basis. We don't have a formal certification program as yet, but it's something that we're talking about. But bottom line, we provide train the trainer capabilities. We will do implementation and customization and all of that. And if it's an offering we don't have, our professional services group will work with the client to tailor something that works exactly for what they need. We've talked a lot here about compliance. I think the one thing where we've really excelled as a company is the fact that we look at database security with a complete life cycle approach. So it's not something you do once and you walk away from. It's something that's continuous and you have to keep working on it. And I mean, if you could sum that up into a few steps, we go out there, we discover what you've got for data, then we classify it so we know where the sensitive data resides and what databases are supporting what compliance regulations. After that, we assess it for vulnerabilities, and then based upon those vulnerabilities, we can prioritize what needs to be fixed or where user rights may be misassigned and fix them. And a lot of that can be done automatically with automated fix strips that draw on our knowledge base. And finally, the stuff you can't fix overnight, Oracle just released a new patch yesterday. If you've got 10,000 databases, it's not happening in 24 hours, right? Well, you can go out and you can monitor that stuff until you can get it fixed, so you make sure that nothing happens in the meantime. And then you pull it all together at the end of the day. For most people in a management position, the real product is the report. So we've got the dashboard. That's right, man. I don't care how you get it to me. Just have me that report so it's Sunday morning over coffee I can look at it. Well, we've got a full-blown analytics and reporting package. So, you do it all once. You just keep it going. You automate it. You have continuous compliance. Your data's secure. Your customer's happy. It's all good, right?
All right, so for people who want to get more information about application security, what's the best way for them to do that?
Best way is probably to go straight to our website. It's www.appsecinc.com, just short and application, short and security, short and incorporated, appsecinc.com. Pretty much everything's up there. One thing I'd encourage people to do is we have regular webinars, which are very popular, and we try to bring in people of relevance. So we just finished one. It was a higher education roundtable, CIOs from a number of major universities. We typically do those based on industries, and then we also have a lot of events with auditors and whatnot to tell you what they're looking for and what they think the best practices are. So you can find a lot of valuable information on that website.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Thom, and we'll definitely be looking out for your site.
Appreciate it. Enjoy the show, guys. Thanks for dropping by.